Hello, everybody. This is Keith Henry here in the offices of head baseball coach Sherman Reed. We're here to talk about last night's historic win for Coppin State baseball over UMBC, 10-4 at Alumni Field. Only the second win ever for Coppin baseball over UMBC in 48 meetings, and the first since 2004. I believe that was a 6-3 win over there as well. Coach, talk about the significance of this win.
Well, whenever you have an interstate battle, you really want to play the best baseball you can. Often we're battling for the same ball players. I mean, I know we've lost a guy or two to UMBC over the years. So whenever you can play real well against an interstate rivalry, it just does real well for increasing increasing your profile in baseball in this area. I know we've played Towson well over the last couple years. Got a tie out of last year. This year, played them well again. And UMBC has always had our number. I mean, games have been relatively close. They've been really competitive, but somehow UMBC have been able to make those key plays in those key situations that led to them getting the win. So I'm just happy to get out of there with a win last night.
Coach, defensively, you were able to make a couple big plays. Had first round to a couple key double plays in key situations. About what your defense has done, especially after the tough series against Eastern Shore, you all were able to bounce back and make the plays y'all needed to.
And that's why this was the significance of the win was more so because of the way we played after not playing as well in the third game of the all-important Maryland Eastern Shore Conference Series this past weekend. But the guys were able to bounce back. We made some adjustments. We've got a lot of depth this year, and when you have as much depth as we have, you tend to be able to, or you can give yourself a chance to make some changes and to evaluate different roles for different guys. And we made the adjustment to move Miranda from second to short, and to move Alan Sarr, who's really coming on defensively as a true freshman, to move those guys up the middle and let those guys show us what they had to offer as teammates up the middle. And they turned 4 spectacular double plays, and they look like naturals out there with Miranda moving to short and Alan Sarr at second. So that's a lineup that we may ride with a little bit, but then again, we still got other guys in the mix too. So defense was spectacular. We had some really nice plays by the outfielders. Barrett Arnold has really been a captain out there in center field. So if we hit in key situations and we continue to get the timely hits and we play the defense that all along I knew we were capable of playing, and the pitchers were throwing strikes, it should be pretty fun as we head into this second half of the conference schedule.
And speaking of timely hitting, Coach, a lot of those key RBI hits were with 2 out.
Yeah, and we contribute that to the hitting coach, Coach Watkins, and assistant hitting coach Richardson, having the guys buy into really sharpening their edge with 2 strikes, and they're digging in, they're fouling off tough pitches, and they're giving themselves a chance to square the ball up in key situations, and it's been paying off lately for us.
And a lot of it said they've been going with the pitches and not forcing it to certain places. I've seen a couple of opposite field hits.
Mm-hmm. And again, just the philosophy of what Coach Watkins is preaching to the guys and having them buy in, thinking the center of the field. And like I say, I'm really happy to see the bats start coming alive in key moments, because often in key moments you tend, with the adrenaline flow, to sometimes hit pitchers' pitches, and they're doing a good job now staying with the philosophy of the hitting program and giving themselves a chance in key moments there offensively.
Coach, that and the aggressive base running, y'all forced UMBC into some key mistakes.
We're gonna run, Keith. There's no secret. We've got, when you look at the lineup that we can put out there on the field, we got guys 1 through 9 that can run a little bit, and forcing the defense to move around and always be cognizant of the fact that we can do a lot of things on the bases, whether it's hit and runs, moving guys up, and stealing bases. We're gonna continue to play aggressive, and I think that was the key to the game as well. Our willingness to take those chances and put guys in motion.
Coach, I talked to Andres and Chris, and they were along the same lines of what you were saying, buying into what you guys telling them and making those key hits, and they gave you guys the credit for going ahead and leading them in that direction, and
I appreciate it. We can put together a game plan, a strategic game plan, but we all know as coaches that you're only going to look as good as the guys execute that game plan. And Jamar, Chris, again, one of the real young talents. Sometimes we tend to forget that Jamar Chris is only a sophomore, but one of the real talented sophomores in the conference. Sometimes we tend to make the game more difficult than it has to be, and we often tell the guys, let the game come to them a little bit. They're being more patient hitters, and they're demonstrating their knowledge of the strike zone, and those guys executed the game plan, and we came out on top, so we're very happy with that.
A lot of the success this season y'all has been on the road. Now we turn to coming back to the Joe this weekend with Delaware State coming in. I know you all want to start winning at home and start getting some things going, and that's what they wanted to.
You hit on a spot there. We typically play really well at Cannon. We really do play well at home. This year has been a little unique because we've gone on the road and we've played really well on the road. I mean, and it's starting with the opening. Many don't remember that we opened the conference side of the schedule with 2 back-to-back tough road series wins at Delaware State and then Maryland Eastern Shore. So we've proven that we can go on the road when it appears that the whole world's against you, and you can buckle down and come together as a team and battle and come out there successful. And then we've come home, and I sometimes felt like we've let our guards down just a little bit because of the comfort confines that we have at Joe Cannon and the comfort level we have there. But we certainly got to play better down the stretch with the number of home games that we have coming up.
You heard him, Coach. Folks, head coach Sherman Reed, Coppin Baseball. Huge 10-4 win against UMBC. Only the second win ever for Coppin Baseball in their history against the Retrievers. Thanks, Coach, and we'll look forward to seeing you all at Joe Cannon Stadium tomorrow at 3 o'clock and Saturday at 12 and 3, correct?
You got it. Thanks again, Keith. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.